Hi guys, Darth Deuces here, back with another video, and this is a video I've been wanting to do for a long time. I've actually shot it once already, but I didn't like how it turned out, so I'm doing it again, and I'm doing a full collection tour. Haven't done one of these in a while. This is probably going to be the first time I've ever had, like, basically my whole collection fully displayed all together, ever, really, for the most part, because for the last few years, I have been at university, but I'm done now. I'm out of that small dorm room, so now I'm at my own place, and that means I can display all my cool figures in my collection, which is pretty awesome. And I figured it was time to do a new updated collection tour. This is going to be a long video. I'm going to warn you that right now. I'm going to go through everything pretty much, and I'm going to kind of take my time with it, so you've been thoroughly warned about that. So yeah, let's get right to it. I'm in my first room here in the bedroom, where I have a lot of mainly stuff I don't really collect anymore for the most part. Some stuff from when I was a kid and whatnot. And yeah, just mainly stuff stuff that doesn't really have a place to go anywhere else. So first off here, I got my little Optimus Prime spot here. This is all like Optimus Prime figures that don't go in my main Transformers display, or don't go in the Masterpiece display. So I got my childhood Optimus Prime right there, the Transformers Armada, kind of, I don't know what they called this, Supreme Class or Leader Class Optimus Prime, whatever they called it back in the day. This is the one I had way back when I was still a kid, and I still have it. Doesn't have all of his parts. He's missing his smokestacks, or at least one of his smokestacks, but aside from that, he's still in pretty good condition, honestly. And I've got Overload combined with them on top there, giving them those huge shoulder cannons. And down there, I figure I got a lot more recently, like in the last couple of years. I got the Bendy Prime, the deluxe class, or deluxe size one, which is also really cool. I'm happy to have that. That is the Optimus I grew up with. And I'm still obviously really like G1 Optimus, but I grew up with the Armada. Fun little fact. Revenge of the Fallen Leader Class Optimus, another figure from my childhood, which I still have, which is another amazing figure. Pretty crazy that this is what the leader classes used to be in size and in complexity. Not that I have anything wrong with the leader classes we get now, but this was some really good stuff. And we got the Last Night Optimus, which is okay. We got Orion Pax IDW Deluxe figure. We got the War for Cybertron Deluxe Optimus. Got a Transformers Armada Game Piece Optimus. And then we've got the Titanium series. I want to say that's the War Within Optimus. It's a Cybertronian alt mode. I'm pretty sure it's the IDW War Within Optimus. And then next up, we've got my Marvel Select figures that I do not display in my Legends. So I've got the Select Carnage, which is my favorite Select figure. Very awesome figure. If you're looking for a Carnage figure, I would definitely recommend that one. Got the Venom, which is also really good. And then the Agent Anti-Venom, which I got, I think, only a few months ago. Which is, as an action figure, he's just alright, but he's really cool still. I don't have the Legends one, so he's really cool. Select Doctor Doom, which, in all honesty, isn't that great of a figure, but I like the display base, so I just have him sitting in the throne there. Green Goblin, which is honestly a pretty good figure. The Magneto, the classic Magneto, which is definitely not my favorite Magneto figure anymore. There's been a lot of better figures now. He's still cool. I really love that display base he has. That's really cool. And the figure itself's still okay, but it's not amazing by any means. This figure is really cool. One of the more unique ones is the Zombie Magneto figure. I really like that one. With all the, maybe a little limited in articulation, but he's got a lot of really cool details that I really like. Then we got more childhood Transformers. We've got Armada Megatron, which I absolutely love. I would really love to see a update to this figure, either in like the main, well, quote-unquote Generations Chug line, or a Masterpiece scale one. I know we got one in the Combiner Wars, but that was only like a resculpt of the head, and I don't think it did this version of Megatron justice. And this figure itself looks like perfect. It just needs the articulation to match. Because the figure itself's basically a brick, more or less. Destruction Minicon team, and I got the Darksaber Minicon team there, which is not in the best of shape, but they still can combine. Then we got one of the very first Transformers, one of the very first figures I ever got. That's Starscream, and he's actually still complete. And this is a figure I got when I was like 4 years old, and this is still complete and not broken, and the batteries still work. Somehow the batteries still work after almost like 20 years. Not quite, but pretty close. It's just crazy. He's got the Skyboom shield on the go. And just random stuff. We got Last Night Megatron, which is really good. He'd be in my Studio Series display if I had room for him. Same with the Barricade from Last Night. Maybe not the best movie ever, but he had some pretty good designs in it. That's the movie one, Stockade. He's pretty cool, actually. I like him. I didn't get too many of the movie figures back in the day, but that's one I got for some reason, and he's really cool. And we got some random stuff. We got a couple Shockwaves, Fall of Cybertron rather, and Cyberverse. I think that's Cyberverse, if I'm correct. It's either RID or Cyberverse. I think it's Cyberverse. I don't watch any of those newer cartoons, so I don't know for sure. I think that Soundwave, though, is RID. And there's just a bunch of random Soundwaves. So I got that one. It's Cybertron Soundwave. Unfortunately, doesn't have laser beak. We got him used, but he's still pretty cool. Beast Hunters, Transformers Prime, Soundwave, and then War for Cybertron Soundwave. I didn't already say that. War for Cybertron Megatron, the 3-pack repaint. That's a Takara Fall of Cybertron Starscream, one of the only Takara figures I have. Paint's really good on that one. And Transformers Prime, first edition or premiere edition Starscream, whichever one it's called. I got him not that long ago either, for like retail price, which is pretty cool. Cybertron Ransack, for some reason I really like this figure. When he was first out way back in the day, it's a figure I really wanted to get, and I did end up getting him. I just really like that figure. It's a really good little figure. That's the Sector 7 repainted armor hide from Cybertron. I do not know that. Don't know the name of that orange bike. He is a Decepticon. He transforms into a chopper motorcycle. I do not know what his name is, though. I keep forgetting what the name is. Then we've got Cybertron, Voyager class Starscream, and Vector Prime, the 2-pack there, which is really cool. Unfortunately, I'm missing Vector Prime's sword, but Vector Prime is actually one of my favorite designs for Transformers. I think he looks super cool as like a, ancient Prime. I think the design looks really awesome. I really like that. And lastly, in this room, I do have the majority of the Lego I still have. I sold off a decent amount of my Lego. I just don't have the room to display it. I don't buy new Lego because it's too. I like Lego. I like Star Wars Lego, but it's just too expensive and takes up too much room. So I don't buy too much of it anymore. I do want to get that Clone Trooper pack with the 501st Troopers because the 501st are my favorite Legion. So I want to get those minifigures, but in that set. But aside from that, I'm not too fussed with many Lego anymore. I wouldn't mind getting the Razor Crest either, but that's expensive and I don't want to spend the money. So I have the Phantom 2 here, which is a really cool set. I believe it's the only set to come with the Grand Admiral Thrawn minifigure, and I got him right there, just duking it out with the really cool Season 3, I think Season 3 Kanan, which is awesome, and I got Chopper in the ship there. Really like this set as well. For like $25, you get the newer 2-piece helmet Darth Vader and Emperor Palpatine or Darth Sidious. Usually you gotta buy expensive sets to get those minifigures, and I just love this scene. I think the set did a really good job recreating it, so I really like this set. And then another scene set, which I honestly really like these. It's like nice little dioramas you can buy, which I really like. And you have the Geonosis duel with that awesome Count Dooku minifigure. Always wanted a Count Dooku minifigure, so I was really happy when I got this set years ago. You got that cool Yoda and the Poggles chilling back there, and droid with speeder bike. And then back here I have some of my favorite Halo Mega Bloks minifigures. It's Mega Constructs now, but these were all when they were still called Mega Bloks. I have a decent amount of the sets. I stopped collecting them a while ago, but they were really cool sets. And I just grabbed, I don't have the room to display them here. They're at my parents', but I brought some of my favorites. So I got like a bunch of the different colors of Hayabusa armors, because I really like the Hayabusa armor. White, purple, cyan, Spartan. There's George there, and ODSD, colored guy. There's the active camo guy there. Unfortunately, his hand broke. And then Cortana. Moving down, we've got the OG 2007 Clone Wars Anakin Starfighter. Asajj Ventress from the Republic gunship from 2007. I do have that set, but it's in pretty bad shape. It's got the stickers were all cracking and it's getting yellowed. The white plastic's yellowing. It's just not in good shape, so I don't have it here. The Resistance X-Wing was a really nice set, honestly. I really like it. I'm happy to have the X-Wing in the collection. A few random minifigures. The Super Aldred fell over. Got a pilot droid there. Got some other minifigures. Got that exclusive Yavin Han, which came out of a Lego character encyclopedia, I do believe. Got Laura Santeca back there. Some First Order guys. And random stuff that came out of Advent calendars. And down here, some more random Rebel minifigures. And then we got the big Star Destroyer from a few years back. I can't remember when this came out. It's been a while. It's not the 2007 one. It's the newer one, which I really like this set. Unfortunately, mine, again, one side's starting to yellow, which is really annoying. But there's not much I can do about it. We got some Mandalorian stuff and some other random stuff. We got the Mandalorian Battle Pack, which is the most recent set I've bought. Because it's small and it comes with a lot of cool minifigures. I think that's really cool. Pre-Vizsla, one of my favorite minifigures I have. He's dueling Obi-Wan there, and there's a Mando Death Watch guy. And then we got the Mandalorian Starfighter, which is, you can't really tell on camera here, but unfortunately it's quite yellowed. It's yellowed in the front and it's yellowed on the bottom of the wings, which you can see here, which is unfortunate, but again, not much I can do about it. And we got the Plo Koon minifigure from the gunship. We got the very first Star Wars Lego minifigure I ever got, which is back there, which is not focusing. There it is. The Recon Clone Trooper. And we got Commander Cody from the gunship. And then there's the Escape Pod set. Vanguard 2 and 3PO are chilling in there. And down here, classic Boba Fett minifigure, couple of Sand Troopers from that Escape Pod set. We got the 10th anniversary Darth Vader's TIE Advanced. Got the OG Stormtrooper Battle Pack, Snow Trooper, and a Scout Trooper. And we got the TIE Crawler, which is a really cool set. Really unique set, honestly. And we've got the Rogue Shadow from Force Unleashed, probably one of the coolest sets I have. I've got the Secret Apprentice. He's in there. He's in the cockpit. You can't really see him, but he's in there. Unfortunately, I am missing Juno and the Battle Damage Darth Vader minifigures, which is really unfortunate. But I got the, in my opinion, the most important minifigure from that set, which is the Secret Apprentice. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this room. Let's move on to the next. So moving on to the next real quick is just in my kitchen. I have a few random figures and stuff just hanging out, which I will show real quick. Couple DC Funko Pops. I'll get more into Funko Pops later, but there's these ones. I got both of these for cheap. I think I might have got that Batman Beyond for free, and I got that Reverse / Loose for like half price for like $5. So, you know, can't go wrong there. Then over here, some more figures. My only 2 Energon figures. I never, for some reason, never got many Transformers Energon figures. I don't know why, I just didn't. But we got, if I can get my hand up there, we got Roadbuster or Roadblock. I can't remember what they called him. Mirage. This is the Transformers Generations. I think it's Generations. Vector Prime repaint with the black and brown. Which I got loose a few months ago just because he was complete. He has his everything. He's got the missile, the key, his minicon, and he has the sword, so I figured might as well buy it. I do like this mold a lot, so decided to pick it up. And we got my movie cups from movies I have decided to buy a cup from. We got the Dark Knight there, we got Age of Extinction, and we got Endgame, we got Star Wars. I've got a cup for each Star Wars movie except for Solo, I believe. I don't know if they did one cut for Solo, I'm not sure. And there's never one available around here, otherwise I would have got it. Then around the other side, not too much. I got IDW Deluxe Megatron, who's discolored, because I displayed him in a really stupid spot back in the day. A Leader Class Megatron from Revenge of the Fallen, which is definitely not as good as Optimus, but still okay. And then we got War for Cybertron, or Fall Cybertron. No, War for Cybertron. The 3-pack War for Cybertron Bumblebee, which is still a pretty good Bumblebee figure. And that's pretty much it for this room. So now we'll go on to the next. Alright, now we'll move on to the next part of the tour. This is my living room and where a good chunk of my collection is. I think we've got Funko Pops, we've got a little more of the rest of the Lego, random stuff, movie, video game figures, and some of my high-end stuff is out here. So let's get right on to it. Got some posters out there. And I have to again apologize for the lighting. This room, unfortunately, is the worst lit room in my entire apartment, so I have to apologize for that. But moving on over here, before we go in there, just on this table here, I got just a bunch of random stuff. Got a few 3 3/4-inch G.I. Joes there, and a little figure of Cat, Diamond Select John Wick, a few other random like blind bag stuff. The only Transformer I display in vehicle mode, that's the Movie 1 Barricade, which I really still like a lot. I have him in vehicle mode, and then on my actual Studio Series shelf, I have the Studio Series 1 in robot mode. Plant, Toy Biz Sauron, which is really good. I was going to get the Diamond Select figures and build that Diamond Select bath, but I honestly don't know if I'm going to bother doing that now. I don't know where I'd put all those figures, and the bath looks really cool and really big, but I don't know, maybe I'll still do it. This Toy Biz one still holds up really well. I got it this year, I do believe, or late last year, I can't remember. But either way, it's still pretty cool, and for some reason, I'll have to clean this later, because I'm just noticing now there's a bunch of spiders all over the place. But yeah, so he's very cool. And Bionicle, only Bionicle I have on display, Maxilos and Spinax. And I got a bunch of my single issue comics in this bin here. A bunch of Star Wars, basically. And moving up, we've got the majority of my Funko Pops. It's not all of them, but it is most of them. I'm not a huge Funko Pop person. I only buy Funko Pops I really like. And, yeah, that's about it. So I guess a lot gifted to me as well. So a lot I haven't even bought myself, to be fair. This is pretty dark. Let's see if I can... Yeah, there we go. So there you can see we got Master Chief. I do really like that one. I did actually buy that one myself. Has a little Cortana in his hand. I think that looks awesome. And we got the Kate 6, which I also really like from Destiny. Power Armor Magneto. He's my favorite Marvel characters. I definitely wanted Magneto. And then Doctor Doom, some more recent ones. That one's really cool as well. I like how he's posed with the cape flowing around and everything. And behind him there, we've got comic Captain Marvel, which I got for pretty cheap. Doctor Strange from the movies. And then Dr. Octopus is back there. And Star Wars stuff, we got Captain Phasma, FN2199. We've got the Walmart exclusive Grand Inquisitor, the OG Darth Maul, Boba Fett, Death Trooper, Dr. Krennic, which I got for pretty cheap, I think. And then Mando and IG-11, which I do really like these ones. These ones are pretty well done, I will say. I like the look of them. And we got the Lego buildable figure General Grievous, which I was never a huge fan of these buildable figures for Star Wars. I just think it looks weird. It makes human characters look like weird robots. But for General Grievous being mostly robot, it works pretty well for him. And this figure's actually, or buildable figure or whatever, is actually really good. The build's pretty interesting. The engineering is decent. And you can have the 4 lightsabers going. The head sculpt is actually really good. So if you're going to get any of them, I would definitely recommend the Grievous. And I have the 12-inch Hasbro Count Dooku figure here, which I got, again, recently, only earlier in the year. And it still holds up pretty well. It's an honestly pretty good figure for what it is. Considering probably back in the day, it retailed for probably like 15, 20 bucks. Pretty crazy how good it is. And then this is a childhood figure, which I'm amazed that I still have in decent condition, and amazed that I even still have the gun. It's the Revenge of the Sith with the Phase 2 clone trooper with the recon markings on it. He's unfortunately really loose body because he's super old and he was played with. It's still a really cool figure, honestly. I like it. Not perfect by any means, but very cool still. And we got the, there's a leaf in the way, but I got the Black Series Kylo Ren helmet. Plant, recent Diamond Select giant Iron Giant, which I really like a lot. I'm really happy to have a figure of the Iron Giant. That's a pretty cool childhood movie of mine. I love that he has a little Hogarth on his corner, on his shoulder. And moving on, we have my DC Multiverse Mcfarlane stuff, and then other Multiverse like Mattel stuff, and more Mcfarlane stuff, and NECA stuff left on this ledge here. There's the recent wave here with the Merciless Bath, which I absolutely love that Bath figure. Super cool. My favorite Greek god, or one of my favorite Greek gods with my favorite DC character merged together. I think that's awesome. Batman as the God of War. I'm a sucker for all these alternate version Batman figures. Even though the line has definitely done a lot of Batman, they definitely could do a lot less Batman, but I love Batman. I love all the different versions, so I haven't hated it as much as other people. But this McFarlane's run on this DC Multiverse, not every figure has been good, but there's been a lot of great figures. If you've been hesitant on this line, I would say try out some of their figures, because some of them are really, really good, and if you're sleeping on them, I mean, if you don't have any interest in the characters, then obviously there's no point in buying them, but if you're interested in some of the characters, I would definitely recommend checking out some of McFarlane's stuff, because a lot of this stuff gets a lot of unnecessary hate from a lot of people. For some reason, it feels like a lot of people just hate McFarlane just to hate McFarlane. They got some sort of personal vendetta against him for some reason. And like I said, I'm not going to try to, be an apologist. There's some not good figures that he's made recently, but there's been also a lot of really good ones. Like this Superman is awesome. And I never thought I'd even like this Superman because I'm not super familiar with this version of him, but it is an awesome figure. That Batman Who Laughs, I already have the first one. Didn't think I was going to like the second one. I really like this figure a lot. This Robin's okay. I'm not going to say that one's that good. But then I have not all the Dark Knights. I got a bunch of the Dark Knight's Metal Batman figures. These are all really good. That Devastator is amazing. Dawnbreaker's awesome. Murder Machine's pretty good. I really love the Grim Knight. Batman Who Laughs is solid. Not my favorite, but definitely solid. And then you have more here. That Batman is decent. Hellbat armor is really cool. Azrael Batman is awesome. The White Knight Azrael himself is really awesome as well. And so is the Batman from that same comic book. And we've got the Arkham stuff, which I really like. The Joker's really good. The Batman's pretty good. Yeah, there's just been some really good stuff. Again, if you're interested in any of these characters, I'd give it a chance. And then you buy one figure, you don't like it, then don't buy them. It's just as simple as that. Or if you're really not interested, you don't buy them. I'm not saying you have to buy them. If you really don't like them, then you really don't like them, obviously. We got some DC Essential stuff, which is a line that could have been really good, but just kind of fell short. But I got the Aquaman and the Black Manta. The Black Manta's pretty good. The Aquaman's okay. DC Collectibles, Arkham Asylum, Scarecrow, which is really good. He's a bit of a statue, but he's still really good. Mattel, Black Manta, and Orm. And then Mattel, Alfred, and KGBs, and the DC Icons. Deathstroke, which is the only DC Icons I still have. But that line was really good. It's unfortunate that was canceled. Then we got more McFarlane stuff. We got his Destiny 2 Vanguard figures. We got Ikora, Zavala, and Cade. And for being figures that were released kind of just before the whole McFarlane boom, I'm going to say, these were actually pretty solid still. We've got the Doomslayer from Eternal, which is a cool figure, not a great one. This is definitely one of the examples of one of the more recent figures that isn't that good, but I still like it. But this Marauder is Doom Marauder is really good. The sculpting and paint's amazing. The articulation's really good. He's got the cool axe. It's everything that the Doomslayer wasn't, I think. Does everything better. It's such an awesome figure. Even if you're not a Doom fan, if you like crazy sci-fi looking demon guy with the cool axe, I would just pick it up because it's a really good figure. And we've got the Mortal Kombat stuff. We got the Ninjas, which are okay. I don't think they're nearly as bad as people say they are. They're definitely probably the worst figures out of the Mortal Kombat assortment, but they're still pretty good. Or not pretty good. They're still decent. They're not pretty good. They're decent. But these ones, the Johnny Cage and the Raiden, are really good. I love that Raiden. That Johnny Cage is also really good. It's a figure I didn't think I was going to want, but it's really nice. Got a space here. This big space here is for the Kickstarter spawn. I did back that. I am still pretty excited for it. There's a lot of people crying about that figure online. I don't know. If you don't like it, obviously you don't like it. There's nothing like I'm going to say or anything that's going to change your mind on that. If you don't like it, you just don't like it. But people are out there saying it's a statue. That's not a statue. I don't know what people's definitions of statues are. But that thing is articulated. It has some pre-posing that is a bit questionable. I will admit that, but it's not a statue. If you think it's a statue, you're not trying hard enough to pose. I'm sorry. Or you're just not a good poser or your expectations are just way too high. It's not going to be, was never going to be a Revoltech figure. Anyways, small rant over. We've got the color top spawn, which honestly has just I've been using just to harvest for accessories for the Mortal Kombat spawn, which is an absolutely amazing figure. Probably objectively is going to be better than the Kickstarter one, but I'll wait till I get that figure in hand to see. And we got some Terminator. We got McFarlane's the movie Maniac's Terminator, which is a statue. This is what a statue is, not that Kickstarter figure. This thing is a statue, but it still looks cool. But for articulation, I did get the NECA one, which they re-released this year. I'm really happy I was able to get this. I actually tried getting a knockoff of it earlier this year, and I failed getting it both times. But I'm happy they actually they re-released the legit one, so I could actually get a legit one instead of getting a knockoff. And then we've got video game, flamethrower, RoboCop, because RoboCop figures from NECA and basically anyone cost an arm and a leg. This is the one I could get that was affordable and looked the most like the movie without being from the movie, I guess. And I actually do like the cel-shaded look. I think it looks cool. Iron Maiden, NECA, Eddie from the Final Frontier album, which is actually really, really cool figure. He's got like posable jaw, and he actually has a lot of posability. That's a cool one. That's the God of War Kratos. Never played the game, but the figure's really, really nice. Probably the best, objectively the best NECA figure I own. It's not a whole lot wrong with it. McFarlane, Ghost from Call of Duty. I basically just got for toy photography for a random army goon guy because the figure's not that good. And we got the Funko Legacy Power Armor from Fallout and the Daedric Warrior, which I actually got relatively recently. Both pretty cool figures. They're not like amazing by any stretch of the imagination, but I really wish we get more figures from these games. I would love New Vegas NCR Ranger figure for Fallout. I think that would be awesome, but I don't think the franchise is unfortunately popular enough for figures, unfortunately. And we've got some of the McFarlane Assassin's Creed stuff, which is just okay. My favorite is definitely this Shay Cormac. He's my favorite Assassin's Creed character. The rest are just alright. Like, not as characters, but as figures are just alright. And we got the NECA Assassin's Creed stuff. We got the unhooded, I think that's the Onyx Assassin Ezio, I think. Then we got the very first one they did, which is the Player Select Altair, which is definitely showing its age. It's not amazing, but it's still pretty cool. And then we got the, in my opinion, the best Assassin's Creed figure they did, the Revelations Ezio, which is still really good. And then that's the Connor statue from Assassin's Creed 3 Ultimate Edition, or Legendary Edition, or Collector's Edition, whichever it was called. Which is where that flag also came from. And moving down here, we've got the Mezco Mortal Kombat X, Sub-Zero, and Scorpion, which are really good figures that actually hold up quite well. I do like them quite a bit. Man, there's cobwebs everywhere, man. I gotta do a better job cleaning. We're gonna... Anyways. We got some Halo stuff from McFarlane. Got the Halo 5 Master Chief and Locke. That Locke figure is just not good. Chief's decent. And I've got the entire Noble team from Halo Reach, which I've been literally spending 9 years trying to collect the whole group. Finally got them all assembled a month ago, and I finally got Kat to complete the teams, and now I'm really happy to have all these guys together. And then over there we've got the Combat Evolved Master Chief. He's pretty cool. Not super well articulated, but he's cool. And down here we got some amiibos. We got Captain Falcon, Link, and Ganondorf, who is my main in that game. And over on this speaker, I've got the Master Grade Gundam Alex, which is a cool kit, but I broke the right wrist on mine, so it's kind of left a sour taste for me into this whole kit, considering how expensive it was. I got it for Christmas, but last year, but I just hate that that broke. And then I got the Master Grade, the Barbatos. I don't know why I couldn't think of that right away. From Iron Blooded Orphans, which is an amazing kit. Really good, honestly. If you're a fan of, if you build MGs and you're a fan of IBO, I would be 100% recommending that. That's one really good Master Grade. And down on my Xbox, I got the recent World of Halo 3 3/4 inch Warthog with Master Chief. And for $40, or that's $40 Canadian, this is a really good deal. This is a great vehicle with a really good Master Chief figure, so that's really cool. Oh, and up here we've got Mandalorian Poster, signature or autograph, Jeremy Bulloch autograph for Boba Fett, which is the only autograph I have, but it's very cool. And we're getting into my high-end stuff. I got into Hot Toys collecting this year, which has been expensive and hurt my wallet a lot, but it's been really awesome as well. But we've got the Black Series Boba Fett helmet, which is an amazing helmet for the price. Hasbro did a really good job on this one. I don't buy too many of the helmets, but this one's really good. I'm probably going to get the Mandalorian one as well. Yeah, that one's really cool. I've got little 3 3/4 inch Clone Wars Boba Fett figure. And then Sideshow's Mythos Fett figure, which is very awesome. Then the recent Hot Toys Episode 1/2 Mandalorian figure, which I absolutely love. Might be my favorite Hot Toys figure. I don't know. It's between him and one other. But yeah, really happy to have this Mando. He's really cool. And I have, probably by the time I get this video out, I'll probably already have him. But I have the Commander Cody pre-ordered, and they're getting him in the warehouse. And he's supposed to be shipping today when I'm recording this video, but he hasn't shipped yet. So I don't know when. It's probably going to be in the next couple of days, hopefully. But I should have him soon, which I'm also very excited for. Count Dooku. He is really good. And then Darth Maul. This is my current favorite Hot Toys figure that I have. Mando comes real close to beating him, but I don't know if Mando's gonna beat out this guy as my favorite. Cody might. Cody has a good chance too, but this Maul is amazing. So many accessories, great posability, looks amazing. Yeah, he's really good. And a grail of mine I got a few months ago, the Sideshow 6-scale Darth Malgus from the Old Republic. Really nice figure from Sideshow. Their head, the human head sculpts or not the sculpts with the paint more or less, can be a bit iffy, but I think this Malgus still holds up very well. I think he looks really good. Yeah, I'm really happy with this one. And then going down here, more Hot Toys. We got the Arkham Arkham Origins Deathstroke, which is an amazing figure. I think it's underrated, honestly. That's a really good one. The first Hot Toys figure I ever bought, it's the Punisher War Machine figure. My only die-cast figure, probably will be my only die-cast figure ever, unless I eventually get an Iron Man, which who knows, maybe I will. Love the effect parts on this figure, and just the heft and everything, very cool. That's the 3A/30 Destiny 2 Titan, which is a nice figure. Posability is kind of limited, unfortunately, but it's still really nice, and Destiny 2 is one of my favorite games. So I'm happy to have a 6-scale figure of him. I might get the Hunter that's coming out sometime next year. I haven't decided on that yet. I got the Hot Toys Han Solo from Solo: Star Wars Story. Not a figure I was planning to get, but I was able to find it for a pretty good price, so I figured why not. I really liked the movie, so I picked him up. He's very cool. Crate Luke is my second favorite look for Luke, and this figure was much cheaper than getting the Deluxe Return of the Jedi one, so I went with this one instead, and he's really nice. Despite what anyone says about the movie, I do really like this look for Luke. And honestly, I like The Last Jedi. I don't love it, but I definitely like it. It's honestly probably my favorite of the sequel trilogy, I'll be honest. Even though I'm not a huge fan of any of them, to be fair. But it's probably my favorite. Sue me. I don't care. And we got my first high-end 6-scale figure. We got the 501st Deluxe Trooper from Sideshow. which is still a pretty good figure. The joints are a little loose on him, unfortunately, but aside from that, he's very cool. It's going to be interesting to compare him with the Hot Toys one that's coming out, which I have not decided if I'm going to buy yet. Then down here, the last of the Hot Toys for now, we've got the 6-scale Infinity War Star-Lord, which is a really great figure. Comes with a lot of cool accessories. If you're a fan of Star-Lord and you can buy it, I would recommend it. He goes for, you can probably find him for less than retail. I found him I think I was able to buy him for less than I would have spent on Sideshow, and he's pretty good for the price. And this very amazing figure from 3A, the Bumblebee Optimus Prime. I'm not a huge collector of Transformers figures that don't transform. I don't have anything against them. I'm not like one of the transforming figures purists or whatever, where everything else that doesn't transform is garbage. Although I understand preferring the transforming figures because I also prefer the transforming figures. But there's no denying that this piece from 3.0 is absolutely amazing. It's got insane articulation, insane sculpted detail and paint. Got the LED light up eyes, which might not come off really well on camera, but I'll light them up. They're there. Which bring a bit of extra life to the figure. Yeah, this thing's amazing. If you don't have any of the 3.0 offerings for Transformers, I would recommend picking one up if you can afford it. Definitely wholeheartedly recommend Optimus. He's amazing. But they also have a Soundwave, which looks amazing, which I might get. All of them look good. All of them look good. There's a few. All of them look good. And then right down here, we've got Storm Collectibles stuff. I got a good chunk of their Injustice stuff this year. I got that Darkseid, one of my favorite figures from this year. Super awesome. Absolutely love that. Love the Omega Effect. Beam effect parts. Got Lobo, which is also really good. Bane, which is not perfect. The criticisms I've heard of it are definitely valid, but I still really like it and still think it's probably one of the better Bane figures out there. I just love how he's really big. He's got a lot of articulation. So he's very cool. And then that's the Mcfarlane Superman. I just kind of have him. He's kind of having a bad day. He's got 3 big bads going at him. But I have him there for now, fighting them off. And then down here I have the third-party Transform Element OP Leader, their representation of Masterpiece Optimus Prime, which is absolutely stunning. I would wholeheartedly recommend this over the actual MP. This thing has a really good vehicle and robot mode, has a lot less kibble and a lot cleaner back than the official figure. It's like a third or even less, so it's so much cheaper than that figure, and I think it's just as good, if not better, than that official figure. Not saying that the official figure is bad, because it's definitely not a bad figure, but it's way too expensive. Way too expensive. And then this is the Infinite Transformations third-party knockoff of the MP36, which a lot of people say is better than the official figure, and I have to agree for the most part. The only issues I have with this figure is I can notice some very slight yellowing in some spots, which is a bit unfortunate, but I'm not really too worried about it. And then the bottoms of the feet, that they flip up, they like to flip down a lot when you're messing with it. But aside from that, I wouldn't have been able to tell this wasn't an official release other than that, really. And I think these guys look awesome together. And then over here we've got Masterpiece stuff, Masterpiece scale stuff. Got the Hasbro Thundercracker, Takara Coronation Starscream, which I really like. I don't know if I'm going to bother with the the new figure coming at the 2.0. Probably not, because it's probably going to be way too expensive. That's a knockoff of the MP13 Soundwave, which is pretty good for a knockoff. There's a few QC stuff, but for the most part, I would say it is about 85% as good as the original, which is pretty good. For the price I paid, it's pretty good. And back there, I got the Year of the Horse MP10 with this trailer back there. And we've got the Amazon Nemesis Prime from Power of the Primes, which I really love. And then Siege Jetfire, which is a very amazing figure, which I would put with my Siege figures, but it does not fit. And honestly, he scales pretty well with the Masterpiece stuff, so I just put him there. And lastly, on this shelf I have, right here, I've got my Master Grade Verka New Gundam. Eventually I want to get a Master Grade RX-78 to put beside him. Kind of have a little evolution display. And the same thing here, I've got the Verka Sazabi. I don't really know how you pronounce it. I think it's Sazabi. My favorite mobile suit with my favorite pilot. And again, I want to get the Zaku 2 to put beside him. Or I might get the Geared Doga to put beside him. I haven't decided. Yeah, this is my favorite kit I've built. And probably the hardest kit I built. But it's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Up here, got some random statues. I don't collect too many statues. I think every statue I've gotten has been a gift. I don't tend to buy them. I just prefer posable figures. But statues are still cool. And these ones are pretty nice. I got the Jango Fett and Captain Phasma Kotobukiya Artifacts Plus statues. And then we got the movie realization Ronin Jango Fett figure from Bandai back there, which is a line I'd love to get more figures from, but it's hard to justify the price on them. They're like over $100, and I could buy a Mezco for the same price, and I prefer Mezco figures. But who knows, maybe I'll get some more of them at some point. I don't know. And up here, we got the Attackis Darth Vader statue. And we've got the Hasbro Hyper Real Darth Vader figure, which is really nice. I think a lot of people kind of underestimated this figure or underrated this figure. It's actually really nice. I haven't had any issues with the bodysuit yet. I have seen some people have issues with the bodysuit cracking over time. I don't really pose it a whole lot, so maybe that's why it hasn't had any damage yet. But so far, it's a really nice figure. He looks really great. Then up here, we got my most expensive statue, which is, I'm not saying a ton, it's not super expensive, but this is the Artifacts Kotobukiya Darth Maul. It has some, I think, Japanese name associated with it, which I don't remember, and I wouldn't even try to pronounce it if I could try. But this is a really great statue as well. Unfortunately, the LED effect, the LED lights and the lightsaber don't work, but yeah. So that's this room. Hot Toys, DC, Mcfarlane, Funko, a bunch of different stuff. So we got one last room left, which is kind of like the main collection room where I collect all the current lines are at, more or less. So we'll go take a look at those right now.